Hello everybody, so welcome back. Today I am doing my September TBR, all the books I plan to read in September. 3 audiobooks, 4 ebooks, and 5 physical books that I have on my TBR every month. So for the audiobooks, the first one I plan to listen to is Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Graudin. And this is it's an alternate historical fiction. I know it has something to do with like if Hitler won World War II and some like human experimentation that could have been done. So excited to look into that, see what it's about. The second audiobook that I'll be listening to is No One Cares About Crazy People, the Chaos and Heartbreak of the Mental Health in America by Ron Powers, and I imagine that's exactly what it sounds like. Looked interesting, looked like it was something that was in my field, so I'll be excited to see what that's about. The third one is the one I'll be listening to with my kids, and that is Lux, which is by Brandon Sanderson and Steve Bohls, and this is Reckoner's book. We've listened to the first 3 Reckoners. We've enjoyed them. Reckoners is a story about superheroes who are supervillains because absolute power corrupts absolutely. So those are the audiobooks I'll be listening to. The ebook books that I plan to read is My Dark Vanessa by Elizabeth Kell Russell. And this is, I guess, about a girl who was taken advantage of by one of her teachers at school. And now years later, there's somebody else who's pressing charges against him, and she's trying to see if she believes that what happened was inappropriate or if she loved him. The next ebook that I'll be reading is The Crown Tower by Michael J. Sullivan. This is the first 2 books, or it's the combination book in the Rye Area Chronicles. So I'll be excited to see what that's about. The next ebook I'll be picking up is called Dead Waters by Hutchinson. She wrote the Collector series. I've read the first 2 of those. I know she has like a thing about like serial killers and women who rise up against them, and so we'll kind of see what this one is alike. We'll see if it's similar to the other ones. And the last ebook that I'll be picking up is Legacy of Ash by Matthew Ward, and this is, I believe, a grimdark fantasy. It's the first in the Legacy trilogy. Really don't know much about it, but a lot of times I don't know about the books that I pick up. I just think they look interesting, or I hear something interesting about them, and I've heard this one's pretty good. So those are the ebooks that I plan to read this month, and I have 5 physical books that I want to pick up. So the first one is the professional reading, and this is Understanding Drugs of Abuse by Landry. This is about addiction and treating addiction and about drugs of abuse. The next one I'll be picking up is Shadowrise by Tad Williams. This is the 3rd book in the Shadow March series. 4 books in the series, and this is about a set of twins who are in charge of their country, and they're fighting. There's people trying to take over their kingdom, and they're also fighting the Fae. So far it's been pretty good. I'm excited to see what happens next. Next I'll be picking up Wicked Saints by Emily Duncan, and this is the first book in the Dark and Holy series, and I think there's 3 books in it. I'm not really sure what it's about. I think it's a young adult novel, but I'll see. Next I'll be picking up The Alienist by Caleb Carr, and I believe The Alienist refers to a therapist so this is a historical fiction, and that was kind of what they considered therapists at that time. So I'll be excited to see what that's about. And then the last physical book that I'll be picking up is the Furies of Calderon by Jim Butcher. This is the first book in the Codex Alera, which I believe is kind of about Romans and Pokemon. So I've read some of his Dresden Files, thought it was pretty good, and I'll be looking into this one to see what that's about. So those are all the books on my September TBR. I'll probably read more than that, but that's just the ones that I'll start with, and then I have the rest of my options open as to whatever I want to read next. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.